Hey guys, how you doing today? It's me, Kelly. So I have to do a voiceover. For whatever reason, YouTube corrupted my voice file as I uploaded it, so we're going to go this way and let's hope it works. Today I'm showing how I use colored pencils to color my work. I love using colored pencils, and sometimes having paint isn't, maybe I'm sitting in bed not feeling well, or maybe I just want to try something different and not get all the paints out. So I like to do colored pencils. I will also paint over the colored pencils, but that's another video. So I'm showing you this face I drew and what I'm doing. So I'm in love with Workable Fixative, and I use the Krylon Workable Fixative. However, you can use Spectrafix, which is something I use for my pen pastels. However, I don't really love it that much because I don't like the nozzle, where Krylon is aerosol. You must do it outside or with a window open because it will choke you. So, I'll hold it out the window, like put the screen up and hold it out there, or put my fan on high after I spray it and get everybody out of the room. So I had laid down some colored pencils, and I was showing you my Prismacolor pencils, which you guys, if you've been with me, you guys know I love. And I'm just using a few colors. I love to use cream and white and peach. I think it's light peach and burnt umber. And that's what I used on here with a little bit of red for the cheeks. And I'm not sure, I'm sure I told you the color when I was doing it, but it's just red. It's a normal red I'll put on the cheeks. So I did that, and then a little bit of orange in the hair, some light brown. And then I sprayed the Krylon Workable Fixative on it and let it dry. So now, see, I'm showing you, I sprayed it. And now I'm going to go back and work on top. Now you can use the Workable Fixative for anything. And you can also use your Crayola colored pencils. It doesn't matter. If you have kid pencils, professional pencils, whatever kind of colored pencils from the dollar store, which they have, it doesn't matter. Play, because it's a lot of fun. I'm showing you on the one side, the right hand side, you can see that I had already worked on top of the fixative, which I sprayed, and the other side I have not yet. So I will go up maybe sometimes 4 or 5 levels, meaning I'll work, spray it again, work again, spray it again. Depends on what you want to do. I apologize in advance if you hear my animals in the background, because it has just been the, dare I say, the month from hell, even though it's been the year from hell. But I woke up this morning and today is the day from hell. So, and then I was all excited. I got my video done and I uploaded it, and I'm so excited, and then it had no voice. So, Christine Holt, this is for you, sis, because she left me a comment, and that's how I knew. Otherwise, I thought it was working like I always do. So, I'm showing you the smoothness on this side and the not so smooth on the other side. And all it is because I did another layer. And the more layers you do, I get very excited about this because I love colored pencils. The more layers you do, the smoother it shall get. And it blends in more like a face tone. Do you know what I mean? Like you look, skin tone, Cal. So I love it. I love it. I love it. So now I'm going to show you. Oh yeah, somebody sent me the, I'm so excited to try this. It's a new thing out, and I love when you guys send me things. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I'll do a video on that soon. I want to say Beverly sent that. No, not Beverly. She sent me the other thing. Oh dear, I have her name written down, so. Carlita. Okay, anyway. Here I go. So I am moving you in a little bit, I believe. Girl, get yourself together. There we go. And so you can see a little bit better. And you can see the smoothness. I mean, I can see it. And I just love this. It's magical because, now you can see in the hair and on the body somewhat, I go like up and down, right? So when I go to do my next layer, I try to remember. I don't always, and it's totally up to you. And my hands, I have RA and fibro, so sometimes it's like, girl, please, with the pencil. But I go sideways. So each layer, now I'll go sideways, right, to fill in or catty corner. diagonal, and then I'll spray again, and then I'll go another way, because it helps bring texture, and you'll see. And I did throw some orange in her hair because I'm doing like a brown color, but you know, I have a little bit from the sun, a little bit of orangey gold to highlight, you know what I mean? So you do whatever you want. Do blonde, red, I don't care. Do blue and purple. You can even do blue and green in a sense, because for those of you who have dyed your hair blue, you know, what does it do? It starts fading to that green color. Rock it, you know? So do whatever you want. Also, I had mentioned in this video, let me know if you like this video, because I'm not getting a lot of comments lately, nor as many views as I usually get. I know a lot of people are complaining, but I just want to know, like, you know, maybe I should stop doing videos. I don't, you know, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I know lately that I hadn't been putting up as much as I have been, but I'm trying, you know. And so I just want to know what you guys think, because I used to get like tons of comments and all that stuff. And now, you know, even if I get views, I don't get as many comments. I try to answer them all the time. And so maybe I was just thinking to myself, you know, maybe my YouTube time's done. Let me know down below, you know. So I have my peach. It's light peach. And I'm lightly, very lightly going over. And you can see I'm holding the pencil to the back a bit. And I'm doing little circles and just kind of laying it down. Now, can you do hard layers? Yeah, you can. One thing I'll tell you that is, you know, the more you lay down, because Prismacolors are very waxy, which is why I love them. Yeah, they're easier to manipulate. I can even use my finger, which I believe I show you on here, to kind of warm that wax up a little bit and blend it. But I will do it harder, and I'm showing you like the difference with like the blended and not. I will do it harder to, I don't know, blend it better, but like I said, it does leave marks the higher up, the more layers you leave. It will leave marks, like as if you're writing in a crayon. It's wax, you know what I mean? So try to use them and try to think. This is something that helped me a long, I'm talking when I started using these in like 2008. Like think of them as crayons. These Prismacolors. Now, I'm not really familiar with a lot of other colored pencils, except Crayola color pencils. And I might have some Koh-i-Noor and that kind of stuff, like random little pieces that I might have gotten in an art box. But these are waxy. So I think of them as if I'm using crayons. Because crayons are waxy, obviously. So, you know, oh, look at that. Oh, I love it. You know, so the higher up you get, the more layers, you're going to have more wax build up, and the harder you push, you'll just get lines. And if you like lines, maybe you like lines, like white lines. I can't do it because they'll get me. But, oh, I could just go on that whole song. I just love it. Reminds me of being young. Okay, so, you know, so just play. Play. I just drew this face, and I was like, girl, let's just go. So... And I was asked about color pencils. I was actually asked about what can you put on top of things that you mixed media when you keep wanting to work other than Mod Podge. And I get it. A lot of people think, oh, she's a Plaid ambassador and she uses a lot of Mod Podge and folk art and that kind of stuff. And I do, and I always have. You can go back to 2009 or 10 on my channel, and I've always used them. But I get it. Some people don't like Mod Podge. It's sticky. I am going to do a video because there are other things you can use from Plaid and folk art that work fantastically. There's Mod Podge paper. You know, there's Mod Podge Ultra Matte. So that's not for this video, but I also use the Krylon Workable Fixative, and I love her. I do. I got to get another can. I'm almost done. I use it for everything. When I don't, like if I'm doing a big canvas and I'm like, I don't want to put Mod Podge and I don't want to wait, I spray my Workable Fixative on there. And I turn my fan on, or I just literally put on a song or two and it's ready to work. When you use Mod Podge and all, it does leave a little bit, even matte, it does leave a little bit of a I don't know, it doesn't leave the tooth that I like. Let's put it that way. Now look at that. Look how that hair I just did, but you see underneath there all that texture? It's like strands of hair. Girl, come on. I love it. I can't help it enough. I love it. I don't know. I'm telling you how much I love it, I guess. If you guys look at them nails. Oh my goodness. It's different when I'm doing a video. I have to do my nails today, obviously. And let me tell you, I smashed my finger and then the puppy jumped up the same finger and oh my God, my nail ripped back and it is so bruised underneath. The nail's going to come off. I know it is. But anyway, I have to do my nails for the holiday. So you see how I'm just kind of just working it. And like I said, if you are like, I don't want to work it. Now see, I'm pushing harder. Do you see the difference? Now you can get to what you want. Push it hard. Push it. Push it real good. Can't sing it like I love it. But, you know what I mean? That's what she said. But you can see the difference, and I just love it. And this is perfectly fine to take out of your, this is a mixed media book, right? One of the tablet books. I can't think what they're called. Mixed media, it's the blue one. It's not Strathmore, it's the other one, Canton, I believe. And that's what I'm working in. So I do this a lot where I will draw. I have tons of stuff I draw. And then I'll sit and I'll play with colored pencils. Markers sometimes. Alcohol markers, I don't have the best luck with in this book, in this type of thing. But if I use Bristol paper, it works very well for me. Sometimes even like I have vellum and that kind of stuff I'll play on with the alcohol markers. And it works. You know, I mean, it takes a minute. But you have to be light-handed, I find, where sometimes I just, like with paint, when you use acrylic paint or whatever, you just throw that stuff on there and move it around, right? You can't really do that with colored pencil or with Copics or alcohol markers because it's just soaks in. And colored pencils, kind of once you put it down, you're kind of there. I think they say with the one plastic eraser you can erase colored pencils, and I'm going to check into that. I can't recall at the moment if I've ever erased my colored pencil. Now I'm going in for the eyebrow. Look at that. Look, just that little bit, how that just makes that face. I just love it. And she got like this look on her face. I don't even know. Trying to draw like the Madonna kind of thing, like not Mary, the not trying to go religious for this, but like that's kind of where I started with the face when I was drawing it, and then I went on, like I was like, oh, let me try this, let me play with this, and then I was like, oh, perfect, I can show Dan, I gotta write my names down again. I can show how you can use a workable fixative, and it works perfectly. But like I said, yeah, please leave me a comment and leave me a comment. Please leave me a comment today. Will I be caught up with that and they'll slash me? They'll be like, no monetization. Which I got that. Dave did a video. Well, we videoed Emily's wedding. And so he uploaded it and he edited it so people, like the family, could see it and watch it. And he had put, obviously, their wedding song in it. And with them dancing, and it got copy striked. Although I didn't monetize it or anything, but it was just for the family to watch. I don't know if anybody would even be interested in watching her wedding. But their wedding song was Sea of Love by the Honey... Who was it? Robert Plant and some, I don't know who else it was. Robert Plant and the Honey Drippers or something like that. I don't know. I love Robert Plant, Led Zeppelin, but I don't know exactly what the band was who sang Sea of Love. It's a cover, I believe. I'm too young. Too young to know. So I'm going in that jawline. I know that I have to continue getting that jawline built up a little bit so it has more of a shadow, and I might even bring the hair in a little bit more. I don't know. Once I get that face a little closer to being done, then before I put my last layer on or two, I will decide on the hair. I might take that bang down a little bit. Who knows? Who knows? I think the jaw might go back a little bit further than I want it on that side where she's kind of leaning down on the left. But like I said, I'm just playing. So I'm just laying down, showing you guys the colored pencils. And like I said, don't be upset if you only have Crayola or Rose Art or from the dollar store. It all works. Light, light, light layers. I cannot stress that enough. Even with cheaper colored pencils, and even if they're not as waxy, the lighter the better, because you want to build up on that. And let me tell you something. If all you have is Mod Podge matte and you don't have a fixative, and paint a very thin layer on this, let it dry. Like, let's say like, oh, okay, I'm almost done in here. Let me put my layer on. Let me put my Mod Podge on. And when I come back in the morning, she'll be ready to go. That's what you want. You want to make sure that it completely dries, because if you go over it with colored pencil, it could, you know, lift it up a little bit if it's not completely dry underneath. And that's why thin, thin, thin layers are important of the Mod Podge matte. And of course, if you have gloss, use it, whatever you have. Glue all, you know, the Elmer's, I call it school glue, but it's called Elmer's glue all or something. Whatever. It's all good. It's all good, but just make sure it dries. Now I'm going in with white because I want to emphasize some of those highlight places on our face. And you can see it come to life with just gives it dimension. And that's just white. Like I said, you can see I'm only using a couple. I use burnt umber, light peach. And what was the other one? Cream. And white. Going for that top highlight, you know, making sure, another little tip, make sure when you're done here, like let's say like I'm like, okay, I'm going to put my next coat on of whatever I'm using to seal it. My fixative, make sure you brush off your paint, your drawing, because you'll get like little like schmutzes on there, you know what I mean? And you don't want to fix that. You want to like make sure it's clean. And there's my cream right there. And just wipe it off, you know what I mean? And then spray it. Just try to get in the habit of that, because believe me, mistakes have been made. And I've done things where I've mess. So now I'm just taking some cream and going over it. And you're going to see, like, it just comes together, and you can see how smooth it looks. And I'm not really working on the chin or anything yet, but I'm very excited. Like I said, I really love doing this, and I really hope it helps you guys, because to grab your notebook and there goes my dog crying because I'm bothering them talking, to grab your notebook or your mixed media book or whatever and grab a box, or like I put it in a big old baggie. I don't even know if I showed it on here. I have a big ass baggie full of, like, where I go and buy individuals, I buy whatever. And so I have them in there, and you can sit on the bed, in the car, at your doctor's office, right? With a little handbag or, what's it called, the kids wear, backpack. And put it in there where you could pull your notebook out, and in your purse or whatever, you pull out your little colored pencils. Like I said, this is like 4 or 5 to do the face, just to get started. You know, to at least get a layer down. So, you know, it's not a messy process. Like I said, I love me some paint. I love me some markers. But sometimes I just want the simplicity of, you know, my colored pencils. Oh, and I can paint acrylic on top of these too. Let me know down below if that's something you might want to see. How I would paint over this and stuff. And like I said, look at that hair where you can see, I really love that upper right hand corner, but I love the way the hair, like, it's just building that texture when you look at it. I just love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I love you guys. I really hope that you enjoyed watching this and listening to me ramble, because I had a little nervous breakdown and hysterical cried for about 15 minutes when the volume was not on, because I'm just not feeling good and I got a lot going on, and you know, and there's no volume, and I'm just like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, I gotta do something now. Do I put music to it? Do I try to talk over it? What am I doing? So I appreciate you guys hanging in with me. So yeah, I'm wiping Austin. I'm like, oh, let me wipe. But yeah, this is it, guys. Let me know what you guys think. As always, please be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. Let me know if I should, you know, if you guys want me to continue doing videos, you know, and all that kind of stuff. Maybe it's just a time of year. Maybe YouTube's all screwed up. I don't know. But I love you guys, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Any questions, of course, all my information is down below. Leave me a comment, and share me around. Please, would you guys share me around a little bit? I'd really, really appreciate it, just to get me out there a little bit. And let me know what you guys think. So I love you guys. Please be safe, stay safe, and know that I love you guys.